This video is going to be all about Looksmaxxing, becoming as attractive as possible for the things that you can change. And guys, I know I've spoke a lot about sub 5 in my previous videos and how it's almost impossible to become attractive with some of these genetic and unchangeable traits. However, I also believe in the 1% rule, which states that although minor 1% improvements don't seem like they'll add up to much, in fact, they'll barely be visible. But if you gain enough of these 1% improvements, the results can really start to show through. For example, if you can improve your looks by 1% in 10 different departments, that can lead to approximately a 10% increase in overall attractiveness, which will absolutely be noticeable and can increase your rating by 1 point. Anyway, on with the content of the video. Now, I'm going to start off by saying that by far the biggest mistake I see guys make about Looksmaxxing is thinking, I don't need any of this. After all, Looksmaxxing is all common sense anyway. Well guys, I'll tell you right now, you do need this. Here is a 100% completed list of all things you can do Looksmaxxing wise. I want you to look up and down this list, and if you can seriously tell me that you've fully maxed out each and every one, then fair enough, you don't need this advice. But I can almost guarantee that you are missing at least one, if not several of these things on this list, even if they are minor. And here's the second thing about Looksmaxxing. I know it's a meme within this community to say things like, oh, just get a haircut bro, or oh, just take more showers bro. But the truth is, although going from a bad haircut to a good haircut is unlikely to make much of a difference. For example, if you're already a 3, getting a good haircut is never going to bring you up 3 points to a 6. In fact, for this man, I'd say at most it brings him up by half a point. However, if you're already attractive, if you're already a 7, it's very possible that the wrong haircut can bring you down by 2 points to a 5. This man changing to this style will see his rejection rate multiply 3-fold both in real life and online dating apps because it doesn't suit him and it looks too feminine. And this is the same for most things. Bad breath can be a killer. Not even Chads can get away with this. Even if a guy is an 8, bad breath can destroy his chances. Meanwhile, going from bad breath to good breath when you're already low value isn't going to make much difference. Therefore, the main purpose of Looksmaxxing shouldn't be to gain points, rather you should be doing it to avoid losing points. In today's dating market, give a woman as few reasons as possible to reject you. Women are so picky nowadays, and I already have dozens of videos about this. All it takes is one thing she doesn't like about you for her to chalk you off as a potential option. Don't let it be for something as stupid as bad breath. Anyway, now I've got my first couple of points out the way, now is a good time to press the like button and leave any thoughts you have in the comments below as it helps the YouTube algorithm. Anyways, carrying on with the video. To be clear, my point isn't just clean your teeth bro. I know most of these things are common sense. But if it really is that simple and easy, just think of how many people you know or encounter every day who lack this so-called common sense. Just look around. I'd say at least once per week I'll speak to someone with bad breath. Secondly, there are overweight people everywhere, despite there being plenty of online resources available teaching you how to lower your body fat percentage and get in shape. Shouldn't being in shape be common sense? So I'll repeat my point. I want you to take a long, hard look at this list and tick off one by one whether you meet each and every requirement. I could bet a lot of money that you don't tick each one. And guys, I can even tell you from experience that there's a very strong chance that you don't have all of them checkmarked. I'm not bringing this up to advertise at the moment, but it will help me lock down my point. You guys know that for the last 6 months, I've been analysing and giving Looksmaxxing advice on Fiverr, for which I've recently completed orders for over 1,000 different guys. And of these orders, every once in a while, I would say of less than 5%. I'll get an order come through from a guy and I'll literally have to write this in their final report. I'm extremely sorry, but I honestly don't have any Looksmaxxing advice for you. You've clearly taken care of everything already. Less than 5% of guys have this result. And this is largely stemming from a community base that holds looks to such a high regard. Now this is rare, but at least they're getting confirmation that they're doing everything alright. But back to the point, for most guys, 95% haven't Looksmaxxed, and are missing one or more things from this list. And for a lot of guys, missing out on these pieces of low-hanging fruit can cost them greatly. This is why, in fact, this is exactly the list I use to make sure I myself am reaching my looks potential. Here's an overview of my Looksmaxxing setup. Okay guys, so everything you can see on your screen right now is my current complete Looksmaxxing setup. I use these products mostly every day and every single time I go on a night out. I'm going to break down the items one by one. I'm going to tell you how much each of them costs, and obviously quite a lot of them you're probably already familiar with. However, there's a few others out there that are a bit more obscure, you might not have heard of them, but they're still really important in terms of maximising my looks. So let's just get this started with the left hand side. So first up we have just basic wax and comb. You can pick up both of these for about £10 combined. As for my haircut, I get a regular skin fade. It costs me £10 once every 3 weeks. Next I have this watch, which was I believe £100. I really like this watch. I wear it on all nights out. It does the job. Next, I'm going to say a few more things about chewing gum and mouthwash. You need to get into the habit of consuming these products much more regularly than you already are. It should be like a matter of every single time you finish lunch, it's chewing gum or mouthwash. Every time you finish dinner, chewing gum or mouthwash. You leave your house, chewing gum or mouthwash. You go out, chewing gum or mouthwash. You go to school, you go to work, chewing gum or mouthwash. You just need to get into the habit of consuming these products so then you never have to worry about having bad breath, because as stated earlier, it is such a killer in terms of your chances. You just can't afford to have bad breath. Next up, I'm going to say a few more things about this as well. I don't think many people would have heard of this, but this is castor oil. And I personally have like really thin eyebrows, and this stuff, it looks really natural. I just apply this to my eyebrows each time and it just makes them a lot thicker and richer. And you can buy both of these. I believe these were like 2 for £6, so it's really cheap, but the effect it makes is so massive. So I'd highly recommend checking out this product if you suffer from thin eyebrows as well. Next up, aftershave. This was a gift, I believe, but I think the bottle itself was only about £20. I really like this stuff. It's from Paco Rabanne. And I'm going to say a couple more things about aftershave. Like, a lot of people think that you need to spend £100, £200, £300 on a bottle of aftershave just to smell good. I disagree quite a lot with that. I would say as long as you spend a medium amount of money, like £20, £30 on a bottle, then you're going to get a decent quality. Like, the difference between a £30 bottle of aftershave and a £100 bottle of aftershave is like, what, 5%? It's not much difference in quality, but as long as you spend £20, £30 on a bottle, then you're going to be getting most of the benefits. Toenail clippers. This, and same goes with this is like good for removing calluses. Like if you do a lot of running, or if you do a lot of bar work, like if you do a lot of pull-ups or deadlifts, you often get calluses like on your hands built up here, and it's like you just rub it on that to like remove them. So that's quite handy as well, to make sure your hands are all nice and soft. Multivitamins, I take one of these every single morning, and this is just to make sure that I'm 100% guaranteed to be getting all of the vitamins and minerals in my system, because like, look at how many like vitamins and minerals are on this list. There's just so many, so taking one of these every single day ensures that I'm going to be maximising my like requirements each day. Use these for cleaning ears, and then I have this electric shaver on the end here, and this was, I believe, £50, and it's quite handy as well. I use it once every couple of days. Oh, and these are only like a couple of quid. This was like £10 for this bottle. Next up, I have a hairdryer. I find if I don't use a hairdryer, my hair gets really frizzy if I just dry it with a towel. So I always use this, even though my hair is quite short. Shoes. These are Nike Air Force Ones. I've had these for a couple of years ago. I've had these a couple of years now. They were £80 originally. I really like these. I wear these on every single night out I go to. And one of the main benefits, of course, that I can't not say about this, is that just look at the thickness of the heel. Like, you're getting at least 1 to 1.5 inches of extra height there. So that's really handy. Like, I'm 5'10" myself, so this almost brings me up to 6 foot pretty much. This stuff is glycolic acid, and I apply it with this stuff onto my face, and for my specific skin type, it helps with spots / acne, so I use this like once every few days. It just helps out with that, and I find the results have been quite good. And then I just use these wipes to clean my face and clean my shoes if I think they're a bit dirty. So that's it, guys. So that's my complete Looksmaxxing setup. And one other recommendation I would say as well is it's probably also worth investing a bit of money into a mirror. This was like a tenner, and it's really handy to make sure that you're looking good, looking fresh and sweet. So, as you could see from that previous segment, there was about £300 worth of items in total. Now for this last part of the video, I'm just going to go over a little bit of clothes / style maxing. So you're going to see a few clips being played here of myself wearing various different outfits that you'd expect me to wear on different occasions. For example, this outfit on show right here is something that I would typically wear to the gym. And this outfit coming up here is the kind of clothes I would wear on a night out. And what you're going to notice about a lot of these clothes is that a lot of them are these slim / muscle fit type clothing. They fit well and they wrap around my body tightly. And they work especially well if you've got a good physique, if you're quite lean and you've got a lot of muscle definition. And I've spoke a lot in my previous videos that the whole point of Looksmaxxing is to accentuate your best features and to cover / hide your worst features. So you're going to see in a second here as my filming assistant pans around, I've got a bit of a natural V-taper, and these muscle fit tight clothes are excellent at displaying this feature. So the point I'm trying to make here is, rather than spending loads and loads of money on clothes hoping it's going to look good, you don't need to spend £100 to look good. Rather, what's more important is buying clothes that suit you well and complement your physique, even if they are a little bit on the cheaper side. In fact, most of the outfits you're seeing right now aren't even that expensive. Almost all of my clothes shopping is done at H&M, where most products are £5 to £15. For example, this grey top I'm wearing right now, I believe was only £7. So I'm just trying to reinforce this point that you don't need to spend loads of money to look good. Now, before I finish the video, I just want to highlight that the things I've spoken about today has very much been a general overview, but quite obviously not all Looksmaxxing is going to be the exact same for all the guys out there. For example, if we take style X, it might look fantastic on man A, meanwhile the exact same style may look weird or inappropriate on man B. And the same thing can be said about different beard styles, haircuts and so on. This is why if you'd like to get personal Looksmaxxing tailored towards your specific circumstances, then you should go check the Fiverr link in the description box of this video where I provide these services on a one-to-one basis. The full package, including all Looksmaxxing techniques, remains priced at $25. And on top of this, you also get a rating out of 10, both before and after Looksmaxxing, and a full facial analysis where I outline your best and worst features. Or if you're looking for something more specific, I also have smaller packages available. So if this is something that interests you, be sure to check the link in the description box now.